Let me tell you something about filmmaking. Here's what they don't prepare you for. 95% of your time is waiting and arguing. 5% is trying to execute any kind of vision at all. And because you spend so much time waiting, you screw up the 5%. In the dark. Like, can I be like that?
Hang back.
And let's show his eye line going down past camera there. Sorry, can we reset that? I want to do that one more time. Oh yeah.
Directing movies is so painful. It's one of the most painful things you will ever do in your life. It's like everything's always going wrong. You're always making choices between bad options, and you're like struggling to bend reality around what it is that you want to have happen, and you're failing constantly.
Look, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this.
Here's a big problem, that because in the movie Doug is like the lowest status person and is not anxious about getting things done, it was so different than how I had to be in real life, which was a very action-oriented, anal retentive, like, okay, we've got to do this, almost humorless. And I wish it hadn't been that way. Like, I wish that I could have been playing Doug and somebody else could have been directing the movie, because it would have made it a lot easier for me to really be a, what's the word for that? Insolent son of a bitch.
Maybe I have to.
I never heard a name like that. He's the one person whose name I always forgot in class.
Johnson, buddy.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be making a movie?
They're setting up the lights, yeah. I stopped making a movie about 5 days ago. Now they just drag me in to talk to the actors so that the actors feel comfortable going on set. And that's it. I haven't made a decision since May.
What's funny is that in the end, the stuff that actually makes the cut are almost all accidents and mistakes and things that you didn't plan, which just spits in the face of so much of your preparation and what you had thought was going to be in the movie. But the failure or the big mistake that you would make is sticking to what your plan was once you're wrapped and you're in your edit, because then your movie is fucked and you'll just make garbage. You need to follow like what is actually appealing when you look at the footage.
Okay, stage, action.
It's always the mistakes that we keep. Every single time. I would say there is not a scene in the film that doesn't have some kind of error in it. And that error is the most charming thing that an audience would never think is an error. They just think that's what was planned. And so it makes it so alive and interesting. And in fact, the only scenes that are in the cut right now that don't work are the ones where they were so staged and so controlled and so quote unquote successful that no errors could take place. Like no mistakes could happen. And so they're like boring and awful, horrible scenes.